Turn off the news. If you think the American dream is dead, you are just looking in the wrong places. While the rest of the country is fighting over $500,000 shacks and drowning in inflation, there are 5 specific cities where time has effectively stopped. I'm talking about places where you can still buy a family home for the price of a luxury car. Places where neighborhoods are safe, schools are good, and the mortgage is $1,200 a month. These aren't ghost towns. They are financial sanctuaries, hiding in plain sight. Stop trying to survive in a city that doesn't want you. It's time to move to a city that does. Let's count them down. Number 5, Canton, Ohio. Canton, Ohio, home of the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Population, about 70,000. The median home price is $175,000. Your mortgage payment, around $1,200 a month. And here's what you're getting for that price: a slow, stable, family-oriented life. This is not a city for people chasing nightlife or trendy coffee shops. This is a place where high school football is religion, where neighborhoods have block parties, where your biggest decision on a Saturday is whether to mow the lawn before or after the Buckeyes game. Canton sits in Stark County. In the surrounding suburbs like Jackson Township and North Canton are some of the safest communities in Ohio. We're talking top-tier school districts, parks everywhere, and a cost of living that's 20% below the national average. The economy here is stable, but not explosive. Healthcare jobs through Altman Hospital and Mercy Medical, some manufacturing, some logistics because of the proximity to major highways. But here's the kicker. If you moved 2 hours south to Columbus, that same $175,000 home would cost you $350,000. You'd be paying double the mortgage for the same square footage. Why? Because Columbus is trendy, because it's growing. But you know what Columbus doesn't have? The peace and quiet of Canton. The ability to buy a 4-bedroom house with a backyard big enough for your kids to actually play in for $1,200 a month. Canton is for people who are done with the rat race. It's for families who want their kids to grow up riding bikes to their friend's house instead of being driven everywhere. It's for people who realize that life isn't about Instagram-worthy brunch spots. It's about stability, safety, and actually being able to afford life. That's Canton. Number 4, Davenport, Iowa. Davenport, Iowa, population 100,000, sitting right on the Mississippi River as part of the Quad Cities region. Median home price, $185,000. Mortgage, $1,250 a month. And here's what you need to understand about Davenport. This is one of the most stable cities in America. It doesn't boom, it doesn't bust, it just exists peacefully. The economy here is anchored by John Deere, which has a massive presence in the Quad Cities. You've also got strong healthcare systems, solid manufacturing, and a logistics industry that keeps chugging along year after year. Crime? Low. Violent crime in Davenport is well below the national average. This is the kind of place where people don't lock their cars at night, where your biggest worry is whether it's going to rain on Saturday and ruin your riverwalk. The riverfront here is absolutely stunning. You've got parks, trails, festivals in the summer. This isn't some depressing Rust Belt wasteland. This is a green, vibrant, alive city that just happens to be affordable. And let's talk quality of life. You've got the Fig Art Museum, the River Bandits minor league baseball team, the annual Big 7 road race. There's culture here. There's community. Your $185,000 home in Davenport is probably a beautiful Craftsman or Victorian with a big front porch and a backyard, the kind of home that would cost you $500,000 in Portland or Denver. And your neighbors? They're teachers, nurses, factory workers, small business owners, regular people living regular lives without the crushing weight of a $3,000 mortgage. The only real downside is the weather. Iowa winters are cold. Summers can be humid. But you know what? You can buy a lot of winter coats and air conditioning with the $100,000 you're saving on your house. Number 3. Roanoke, Virginia. Roanoke, Virginia, population 100,000, nestled in the Blue Ridge Mountains. Median home price $245,000, mortgage $1,650 a month. And here's the insane part about Roanoke. This city looks like it should cost $500,000. I'm not exaggerating. You've got stunning mountain views from almost every neighborhood. You've got the Blue Ridge Pathway literally in your backyard. You've got hiking, biking, kayaking, rock climbing. If you're an outdoor person, Roanoke is heaven. And you're getting all this for $245,000. Let me put that in perspective. In Asheville, North Carolina, which is only 2 hours south and has a similar vibe, the median home price is over $450,000. You're paying half the price for the exact same lifestyle. Why? Because Roanoke isn't discovered yet. It's Virginia's best-kept secret. The economy here is stable. You've got Carilion Clinic, which is the dominant healthcare employer. You've got Virginia Tech's medical school. You've got manufacturing and distribution centers because of Roanoke's strategic location on I-81. Crime? Low. Roanoke's crime rate has been dropping for years, and neighborhoods like South Roanoke, Cave Boyne, and Grandin Village are incredibly safe and walkable. The culture here is a unique mix of Appalachian roots and progressive outdoor enthusiasts. You've got bluegrass festivals and yoga studios. You've got good old boy diners and vegan cafes. It works. The only downside, jobs aren't as plentiful as bigger cities. If you're not in healthcare or you're remote, finding work can be a challenge. But if you can work here, or if you're retired or semi-retired, Roanoke offers a quality of life that most Americans will never experience. Mountains, culture, safety, affordability.
Number 2. Green Bay, Wisconsin. Green Bay, Wisconsin, population 105,000, home of the Green Bay Packers. Median home price $255,000, mortgage $1,700 a month. And here's the thing about Green Bay. This is the city people joke about until they actually visit, then they get it. Green Bay is extremely safe. We're talking crime rates that are among the lowest in Wisconsin. This is a place where people genuinely leave their doors unlocked, where kids ride bikes around the neighborhood until dark, where everyone knows everyone, and that's considered a good thing. The Packers are woven into the DNA of this city in a way that's hard to explain. On game days, the entire city shuts down. Everyone wears green and gold. It's not just a team, it's an identity. And Lambeau Field isn't just a stadium, it's a cathedral. But beyond football, Green Bay is just a nice place to live. The economy is stable, anchored by Schneider National, Georgia Pacific, and the Packers organization itself. The cost of living is about 8% below the national average. Your $1,700 mortgage gets you a solid 3 or 4 bedroom house with a garage, a yard, and maybe even access to one of the lakes in the area. Green Bay sits on the western shore of Lake Michigan, so you've got water access, beaches in the summer, and beautiful scenery. The culture is wholesome. High school sports, Friday night fish fries, community festivals. This is not the place for single 25-year-olds looking for nightlife. But if you're 35 with 2 kids and you want them to grow up in a place where values still matter, where hard work is respected, where people actually care about their neighbors, Green Bay is it. The only real downside, and I'll be honest, it's cold. Green Bay winters are brutal. We're talking below zero, snow from November to April, and wind that cuts through you like a knife. But you know what? Cold weather builds character, and it keeps out the people who aren't serious about community and family. And now, number 1, the ultimate gem. Kingsport, Tennessee. Kingsport, Tennessee, population 55,000, part of the Tri-Cities region with Johnson City and Bristol. Median home price $210,000, mortgage $1,400 a month. And here's why Kingsport is number one. It has everything. Let me break this down. First, no state income tax. Tennessee doesn't tax your income. That means more money in your pocket every month. If you're making $60,000 a year, you're saving $3,000 plus compared to living in a state like California or New York. Second, the mountains. Kingsport sits in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains. You're 90 minutes from the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. You've got hiking, camping, fishing, and natural beauty that people pay millions to access in Colorado or Montana. Third, safety. Kingsport has very low crime. The Tri-Cities region consistently ranks as one of the safest metro areas in the South. People don't lock their cars here. Kids play outside unsupervised. This is old-school American safety. Fourth, the price. $210,000 for a beautiful home in a safe neighborhood with mountain views. Your $1,400 mortgage is cheaper than rent in almost every major city in America. But it gets better. The economy here is solid. Eastman Chemical Company, a Fortune 500 company, is headquartered in Kingsport and employs thousands. You've got Holston Valley Medical Center, manufacturing, and a growing tech sector. The cost of living is 15% below the national average. Your groceries cost less, your gas costs less, your utilities cost less. Everything just costs less. The culture is Southern, conservative, and family-focused. Church is a big deal here. High school football is a big deal. Community matters. If you're looking for a progressive, diverse, urban environment, this isn't it. But if you want to raise your kids with values, if you want to know your neighbors, if you want to live somewhere where people still say yes sir and miss ma'am, Kingsport delivers. Let me paint you a picture. You move to Kingsport tomorrow. You buy a $210,000 home, 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, a yard, maybe even a view of the mountains. Your mortgage is $1,400 a month. Because there's no state income tax, you're immediately saving $200 to $300 a month compared to where you live now. Your grocery bill drops, your insurance drops. You're suddenly living on less money but with a higher quality of life. Your kids go to schools where teachers actually know their names. You go to church on Sunday and people invite you to lunch. You hike on weekends. You fish in the summer. You watch Friday night football in the fall. You're not rich, but you're free. You're not drowning in debt. You're not terrified of losing your job. You're not worried about crime or schools or whether you can afford to fix your car. You're just living. The way Americans used to live, the way we're supposed to live. That is why Kingsport is number one. It's not the fanciest city, it's not the trendiest, but it's the smartest move you can make in 2026. Mountains, safety, no state income tax, a $1,400 mortgage. This is it. This is the gem. These 5 cities prove one thing. You don't need $1 million to have a millionaire's peace of mind. You just need a map. But here is the hard truth. Secrets don't stay secret forever. As remote work grows, these hidden gems are getting discovered. The prices we talked about today, they might not be here in 2 years. So the question isn't if you should move. The question is, are you going to wait until it's too late? If you are ready to make a move, but want to know which states to avoid at all costs, the places that will bankrupt you, you need to watch this video right here. It might just save your savings alive. I'm the American Exit. Make your move, and I'll see you in the next one.